Another day, another slew of PlayStation 4 game deals. It seems like every day we're getting more and more PS4 game deals. This one, once again, on the physical side of things, coming from GameFly, and they are having a used games blowout sale. Now, yes, they are used games, but my experience with GameFly and their used games have been incredibly positive, so I wanted to highlight that because there are a lot of games that I imagine you guys would be interested in checking out. On top of that, Trine for the Nightmare Prince has been detailed, and on top of that, we've got Trine Ultimate Collection. They are launching the same day on October 8th. I'll give you guys the rundown on that. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But first up, let us take a look down this GameFly sale. There are a lot of great deals available and a lot of games super cheap. Now, of course, these games are used. These games were rented out to various GameFly subscribers. They got them back and now they're selling them. That's usually how GameFly does their business model. It's a pretty good business model because that allows the consumer to get some games super cheap. Kingdom Hearts 3 is down to $17.99, and with that, you've got free shipping, so that is great. $18 for Kingdom Hearts 3 is a great buy. I always like to say whenever I talk about Kingdom Hearts 3, if you've yet to play the previous Kingdom Hearts games, I would highly recommend you to pick up the story so far. You could usually get that for around $30, sometimes cheaper than that if it's seeing a super big discount. But that gives you every Kingdom Hearts game setting up Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, if you do want to jump right into this title, there is a recap video, but as I've always said with these big games and their recap videos, you know, a recap video is only going to do so much as to recap games that are 20 to 30 hours, and you've got multiple games in that. Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts Raid Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 358/2 with all the cinematics for that, Dream Drop Distance, Birth by Sleep. There's so many games to recap that you can't imagine to get the entirety of the story, even though the story is a little bit jumbled at this point. But nonetheless, the narrative is one of the big elements of Kingdom Hearts 3. However, I should also add that the gameplay is incredibly stylish, the presentation is top-notch, and those elements are probably the standout elements of KH3. While the storytelling is going to be big in any Kingdom Hearts games, with Kingdom Hearts 3, again, it does get a little jumbled, but for $18, I would still say that's a pretty good buy. Red Dead Redemption 2 is down to $25. That is a phenomenal pickup. I would go as far as to say that that was one of the top 2 or 3 games of 2018. I don't think it's hyperbole in saying that at all. Obviously, Red Dead Online leaves a lot to be desired. However, I think the single-player component is tremendous, and that alone is worth the price of admission, especially at this point. You're paying south of half of the original cost. $25 for the game is great, and you're getting a sizable amount of content out of the single player, and think of the multiplayer as just something additional. They are updating it. Hopefully at some point it'll be good, but at this point it still leaves a lot to be desired. Metro Exodus, on the other hand, is down to $18. This is a super recent release. This came out back in February, so for it to be down south of $20 already, that is a great buy. Metro Exodus, I wouldn't say is my favorite game out of the series, honestly speaking. I might go as far as to say it's the weakest. However, I loved Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. By the way, pick those games up. They go on sale all the time. The redo collection, that is. But Metro Exodus does offer a lot to like in its own right. Visually, the game is stunning, and it still builds that great atmosphere. Some of the gameplay elements I feel like just didn't click in this title. I still think there's a lot more to like than dislike. However, if you're picking up Metro Exodus, I would recommend you to play the prior 2 games and then let that set you up into Metro Exodus. Now paying just $18 for it, I would say it's a pretty good buy. Anthem is down to $13. I feel like some of you guys are going to come for my head if I recommend that, but nonetheless, I'll give that a mention. Just Cause 4 is down to $15, and this game is making some strides with its updates and everything it's got going on. The next expansion is about to come out. Honestly speaking, I would look to pick up the Just Cause 4 Gold Edition on PSN over getting the base game. The Gold Edition is still going for a hefty price, like $25, $30, so that is kind of expensive. Wait for that to get a little bit cheaper would be my suggestion. However, if you are the kind of guy you only buy physical games and you just want to check out the base game, Just Cause 4 for $15 is without a doubt the cheapest I've seen it for. So it's not a bad buy. It's just by the looks of it, the Gold Edition is going to be adding a lot of additional content, and the next expansion is about to come out. So just thought I would mention that. Hitman 2 down to $18. That is really good, and Hitman 2 is probably one of the most unsung games of 2018. Game was really good, and Hitman generally has been pretty good this generation. I know that first title was episodic and that turned a lot of people off, but Hitman 2 is a high quality game, and if you're a fan of action stealth games, it's going to be right up your alley and you're going to really enjoy it. So I would recommend that, especially at that price point of 18 bucks. You can't go wrong with that. Battlefield 5 is down to $15. That is a really good deal for BF5. Another game that's made some immense strides over the last few months since it's been released. Of course, they added Battle Royale, and from the get-go, Battlefield 5 was a pretty good game. Unfortunately, EA just cannot get marketing and promotion of a game right. I could go down that rabbit hole for hours about how the marketing for BF5 was just freaking butchered, but nonetheless, it doesn't do any good in talking about that now. Battlefield 5 as a whole is still a good game. Single player is great. It has an in-depth multiplayer, and Battle Royale is pretty decent as well. All of that for $15? Yeah, I would say that's a good buy. How about this? Recently released Rage 2 is down to just $20. This came out 3 months ago to the day, and for $20, I think Rage 2 is a great buy. I was vocal about how this game had some elements that I'm not big on, but the first-person shooting gameplay is top-notch. Yes, the story isn't anything to write home about. Honestly, the story is something I would rather you guys listen to on mute. It is not very good at all. However, the gameplay is incredibly satisfying, and the open world is done relatively well. Another game that Avalanche and id Software have been adding a ton of content to, so it's getting better and better and becoming a more sizable experience. Of course, there is a lot of DLC to this game as well, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but nonetheless, they've also been adding a lot of free content as well, so for $20, I would say that's a really good buy. Another relatively recent release, Dead or Alive 6 is down to $20, another fighting game. There are so many fighting game options, but I wouldn't say it's the best. If you've been a fan of this series, for $20, I do think it's pretty good, but nonetheless, not much more to add there. Team Sonic Racing, this is another relatively recent release. It's down to $18. That is really good. Another kart racer, and while I would say that Crash Team Racing is a little bit better, Team Sonic Racing, if you're a fan of the Sonic IP, I think this is the one to pick up. Really, with these kart racers, it comes down to what IP you're the bigger fan of. That's the one you're going to enjoy more. If you want to compare them directly, yes, CTR is better, but if you like Sonic more than Crash, well, generally, you're just going to have more enjoyment out of Team Sonic Racing. If all is equal, I would say CTR is better, but Team Sonic Racing is definitely a good game. Left Alive is down to $13. That game was just not very good. One of the most disappointing games from me this year. I was really expecting good things about it. A star-studded cast was working on the title, and I thought it had a lot of potential to kind of fill the void that Metal Gear left behind. This is a far cry from the quality of Metal Gear, but hey, for $13, if you want to experience why this game was such a big disappointment, maybe give it a look. I don't know. Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered is down to $20. Even at that price point, I wouldn't say it's worth it. It's AC3 and AC3 Liberation. Liberation's a pretty terrible game. That was originally released on the PlayStation Vita, and yeah, it just was not very good. Assassin's Creed 3, on the other hand, I really enjoyed. However, the imperative thought has to be that the Assassin's Creed Gold Edition often goes on sale for like $30. A Way Out is down to $18. That game is now on EA Access, so I don't know if that's a good buy, but if you want to go the physical route, not a horrible pickup. Mega Man 11's $18, and a couple of other deals are available as well, but I think I went over all of the really good ones. Highlights of the sale: Red Dead Redemption 2 for $25 is excellent. Metro Exodus for $18 is great. Just Cause 4 for $15 is really good. Hitman 2 for $18 is really good. Battlefield 5 for $15 is really good. Dead or Alive 6 for $20 isn't bad. Team Sonic Racing for $18 is really good. So some standout deals out of this one, and there are some deals that I didn't mention. So if you want to look at the sale for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description box below. Some good stuff there. Okay, outside of that sale, I also want to give you guys a heads up on Trine 4, the Nightmare Prince, and Trine Ultimate Collection. That will be dropping October 8th. I've been a big fan of the Trine games going back to when they originally came out. They've been around for a very long time, and it was confirmed that Trine 4, the Nightmare Prince, and Trine Ultimate Collection will be hitting the PlayStation 4 on October 8th. That was announced by publisher Modus Games and developer Frozen Byte. Trine 4, the Nightmare Prince will be available both physically and digitally for $29.99, while Trine Ultimate Collection will be available physically and digitally for $49.99. The Ultimate Collection includes all 4 Trine games, so you get the entire package. Trine 4 has the return in 2.5D. The 3 heroes of the best-selling adventure series are back, sent on a quest to retrieve the troubled young Prince Celius. Amadeus the Wizard, Pontius the Knight, and Zoya the Thief are joined together once on a thrilling quest through a fantastical fairy tale landscape teeming with danger. Trine 4 reaches new heights in the series, bringing the most complete gameplay experience to fans and new players alike. Gorgeous 2.5D landscapes explore uniquely designed levels in beautiful 2.5D dimensions, from breathtaking ruins and haunted tombs to tranquil birch groves and blueberry forests. Local and online multiplayer, play with up to 4 players online or in local co-op, so that's great. I know there's a large portion of you guys that are always clamoring for local co-op titles. Well, this is one. Captivating storytelling, dynamic puzzle solving, abundant skill trees, a completely revamped combat system, and enchanting soundtracks. If you buy Trine 4 at retail, you'll get the base game as well as a physical Trine 4 world map, and as a pre-order bonus, you get a cloth poster and the Toby's Dream DLC level, so reason to pre-order the game as well, especially at a budget price point of $30. That's always nice. And that's gonna conclude this video, guys. Again, check out that GameFly sale. I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. A lot of good stuff as a part of that, whether you want RDR2, Kingdom Hearts 3, Metro Exodus, Just Cause 4, Hitman 2, definitely some good options there, and Trine 4 will be hitting the PlayStation 4 on October 8th. That's gonna conclude this video. Do sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.